Myself, Dr. Yellappa Reddy, HM. I am a consultant physician in Davangere, in Bhargavi Healthcare, PG Extension. Today I am going to talk about hypertension. Hypertension nowadays it is the major issue which causes so many end organ injuries. So we should know about hypertension and we have to show some knowledge about the hypertension. So first is, before going to details in hypertension, first basics of hypertension. We should know the basics of hypertension. In that, hypertension is nothing but blood pressure elevated more than the normal range. So before that, we should know about the blood pressure. Blood pressure, what is blood pressure? Blood pressure is the pressure exerted by the blood on the lateral wall of the blood vessels, or the lateral wall of the blood vessels. Okay. Blood pressure, usually it is measured by sphygmomanometry. Normal blood pressure in the normal human being, it is less than 120 systolic, and diastolic should be less than 80. Usually blood pressure, it is directly proportional to cardiac output and peripheral resistance. In the blood pressure there are two types: systolic blood pressure and diastolic blood pressure. Upper blood pressure is, we will call it systolic blood pressure, and the lower one is called as diastolic blood pressure. Upper systolic blood pressure depends on cardiac output, and diastolic blood pressure depends on peripheral resistance. If blood pressure is cardiac output, again it depends on venous return, force of contraction, rate of contraction, and blood volume. And the peripheral resistance mainly depends on the lumen size of the blood vessel, viscosity of the blood, and velocity of the blood, and elasticity of the blood vessels. Next, coming to introduction, these are the basics of hypertension. So usually hypertension, what is hypertension? Definition meaning blood pressure more than the normal range, means systolic blood pressure more than 120 and diastolic blood pressure more than 80. We will call it as hypertension. If it is a silent killer, one of the silent killer, if you neglect it, it will lead to end organ damage. So mainly there are some causes of blood pressure, mainly age factor. Age is one of the factors because of our lifestyles, and nowadays there are some hereditary causes also included. So and sedentary lifestyle, smoking, eating unhealthy foods like junk foods and all. Okay. There are other causes, diet with high salt. Okay. Other causes also there, and we can classify as hypertension. We can classify as primary hypertension, secondary hypertension. Primary hypertension, it is we don't know the cause. It is unidentifiable cause. Mainly it is age factor. It can be age factor. Secondary hypertension, there are other causes without any causes, called it as primary hypertension. Secondary hypertension with known causes like hyperthyroidism, renal causes like renal artery stenosis, any kidney diseases, glomerular diseases, and other hormonal causes like excessive production of cortisol, hypercortisolism, Cushing's syndrome. Okay. Next, clinical features of hypertension. Clinical features mainly, as you all know, some patients will be asymptomatic. They don't have any symptom, and incidentally they will come to know that they will be in the normal routine medical checkup, or if they posted for some surgical surgeries. That time they can come to know that they will be having high blood pressure, otherwise hypertension. Hypertension, it is a one of the in India, one of the major issue, mainly male was are more affected than the females, and in the India 29% have prevalence of hypertension, that 31% have awareness of the diagnosis, and some people will be 31% will be they are on the treatment already, and some people will be having controlled hypertension with the drug or without drug. Okay. Mainly lifestyle changes. And blood pressure, it is mainly divided in JNC according to JNC classifications or ESC, European Society of Cardiology. According to that, usually normal, optimal, we will divide it into optimal, normal, high normal, grade 1 hypertension, grade 2 hypertension, grade 3 hypertension, and systolic hypertension, isolated systolic hypertension. Optimal will be blood pressure will be less than 120 and diastolic blood pressure should be less than 80. Normal is 120 systolic and diastolic 80 mmHg, 120 to 129, and diastolic would be 80 to 84. And high normal is more than 130 to 139 is high normal, and the diastolic is 85 to 89. Grade 1 hypertension is 139, 140 to 159. It is called as grade 1 hypertension. Systolic, diastolic is 90 to 99. Grade 2 hypertension is 160 to 179, and diastolic is 99, 100 to 109. Grade 3 hypertension is more than 180 systolic blood pressure, and the grade more than 110 diastolic blood pressure. Isolated in that isolated systolic hypertension, only systolic hypertension will be more than the normal, like more than 110, 140, and diastolic will be in the normal range. Classifications. Okay. Blood pressure, usually blood pressure will be measured by sphygmomanometry. Patient should be sitting in a chair with arm by side of the chair, and legs should be uncrossed, and patient should be sitting with the back rest, and we always should measure the BP in the right arm. Okay. Right arm. Right up, and when measured with the normal sized cuff, okay, with the medium sized cuff, especially Rivasoli cuff, and with the sphygmomanometer we should measure it. And next is complications of the hypertension are mainly if you control the blood pressure, there won't be any complications. If routine checkup also, if you come to know that they have hypertension, first we have to advise lifestyle. If they if it is under control, there won't be any complications. If there is if patient not take the treatment or not on lifestyle changes, then patient will be end up with the end organ damages, like patient may have stroke. Sometimes some patients may have a myocardial infarction. Some patients will be having renal damage like proteinuria, hematuria, glomerular diseases, and some patients may end up with a retinal injury like retinal hemorrhages or choroidal hemorrhages. Okay. Last we come to the end of this one, like treatment. Mainly we should treat according to ESC guidelines, blood pressure measurements. If patient is having normal treatment, ask him to advise for this one. So lifestyle changes. If patient is having high normal BP, then like high normal BP nothing but 130 to 139 and diastolic 80 to 89, 84 to 89. Then ask for the lifestyle changes. If there is any indications like if patient is having coronary artery diseases or CKD, then go for the drug treatment. If patient is having grade 1 hypertension, then also ask for lifestyle changes. If there is any patient is having any coronary artery diseases or CKD, then go for immediate treatment. If they don't have anything, if they don't have any comorbidities, then go for lifestyle changes and wait for a while. Then if still patient is having high BP, then you have to go for drug treatment. If patient is having grade 2 hypertension, then immediately go for the lifestyle changes and immediately go for the drug treatment. And we have to aim for BP control within the 3 months of span. If patient is having grade 3 hypertension, then immediately we should go for the drug treatment along with the lifestyle changes. Lifestyle changes like dietary advice, dietary advice for salt, high vegetable fruits and low salt diet, and avoid junk foods. Exercise, aerobic exercise for 30 minutes minimum, 5 days in a week, and avoid smoking if there is a history of consumption of alcohol. Next, following that, ask him to do a physical activity. Then it is better advice compared to be a sedentary lifestyle. Next is lifestyle class. Next, if patient even after a lifestyle modification patient will be having IBP, then go for the antihypertensive treatment. In the antihypertensive drugs, there are so many classes of drugs. First one is angiotensin receptor blockers. Example: telmisartan, valsartan, olmesartan. Next is angiotensin converting enzyme blockers, receptor blockers like AC inhibitors like ramipril, lisinopril. Next other classes of drugs are calcium channel blockers like amlodipine, cilnidipine, beta blockers like metoprolol, nebuvolol, carvedilol, diuretics, torsemide, hydrochlorothiazide, chlorthalidone. Last one is alpha blockers. Alpha blockers are prozosic. Some centrally acting antihypertensives also there, like clonidine or moxonidine. First, always even after lifestyle changes, if patient is having high blood pressure, then go for the treatment. Then first drug of choice for the hypertension is AC inhibitors. AC inhibitors are ARBs, angiotensin receptor blockers like telmisartan. If controlled with the one drug, then go for the same, continue the same treatment. If not controlled, then go for angiotensin receptor telmisartan with amlodipine, calcium channel blockers. These are the two drugs effectively can reduce the BP, blood pressure, and it will be helpful by reducing cardiac output and peripheral resistance. Okay. Angiotensin receptor blockers like telmisartan with amlodipine both causes natriuresis and so reduces the BP drastically. Example: amlodipine with telmisartan combination, synergistic mechanism of action reduces the BP. Then along with the proteinuria also it reduces. So initial therapy always recommended is AC inhibitors with calcium channel blockers if there is a sometimes some cases in women or pregnancy, then we can go for, if patient is having a heart failure, then we can go for beta blockers. Mainly protect the heart and protect the kidney and protect the aim is to protect all these end organs. Thank you.